A cool down is just as important as your workout. If you feel like not being sore for, 3 to 5 days, probably do a cool down. Especially for lower body. If you feel like getting out of bed in the morning without having pain, probably do it. Especially if it's one of my workouts. Shut up. What's up, you guys? I'm Erin Verding, and welcome to the Pilates Mom Studio. Today, I want to teach you muscle pain prevention and decompression for your lower body. I have an incredibly wonderful lower body stretch for you today. It's gonna help prevent pain in your lower body. It's gonna help decompress your spine. It's gonna do all of the good things that you want. This video is specifically really great if you are a runner or if you're standing a lot during the day. You could do it at the end of every single day. Specifically, right before you go to sleep, it is amazing to do this stretch because we are the most flexible at the end of the day, and you can add it into an evening routine and it's going to help stretch you out so that you sleep better. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the stretch because I know you're going to love it. Enjoy. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and get the IT bands out of the way. So we're going to place that foam roller underneath the side of your thigh and then pop the top leg over, and we're rolling up and down. We want to go all the way up to the hips, or the hip, and all the way down to your knee, but not on your knee, just like the side of it. You'll feel if you shouldn't be doing it. You can also kind of rotate your foot up and down a little bit, getting different angles on that IT band. That right there, if you find a spot that's a little sticky, you can stay in that one spot and just hold for a little bit. I tried to make this a bit of a faster cool down because honestly, when I created it, it was like 30 minutes long. And I was like, it's probably a little long, especially like I kind of had runners in mind when I was making this. So I was like, let's make it fast because if they've already done a run, they don't need to do another 30-minute stretching routine. So let's go ahead and flip to the other side. But yeah, you could do each of these foam rolls for 2 minutes if you wanted to. I just cut it a little bit shorter just to be wary of your time a little bit. Whew. But honestly, a minute is a good amount of time to just get in, get it done, and move on with your day. And it is enough to prevent injury and enough to decompress our spine with the spinal stretches we'll do later. Oh, this side isn't as bad, but it's still pretty rough right there at the bottom. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Oh, it's an intense one. IT band foam roll is always the hardest, especially for me. I say this all the time on my channel. I had 2 hip surgeries in 2017, and the IT bands have always been so tight on me because of it. Whew. Okay, we're gonna get into our quads next. Let's go ahead, take our foam roller, come to the top of our mat. We're gonna place it down, and we're gonna place our quads, so the front of our thighs, right on top. And we're gonna roll up and down like so. Whew. You can also twist your feet in different directions here, just like on the other side. So I'm gonna twist my feet to one side. That's a lot more intense. And then twist the feet to the other side and roll. Yeah, it's always the sides for me that are more intense. Ooh, we are doing this one for a full 2 minutes, and the reason for that is because I know a lot of people have smaller foam rollers where they can't fit both thighs on. So you can do kind of one thigh for 1 minute, one thigh for another minute. It'll be good. I'm gonna push my foam roller down a little bit. I'm kind of coming off the mat. There we go. I'm gonna twist my feet to one side, roll. Whoo! I'm gonna stay there for a little bit. Right there. I love foam rolling because you're like giving yourself a massage. I love that. It is intense. They do have different foam rollers as well. You can get one that's harder, one that's softer. I have a hard one. It gets deeper into the muscles, which is great. I love that. It's just like depending on how much pressure you want to add to the foam roller. I'm gonna switch my feet to the other direction. Ooh, yep, 30 more seconds, and then we'll move on. We gotta do our calves next, which I always go into foam rolling my calves being like, oh yeah, it'll be fine. They're small. It'll be, well, they're not small. They're muscular. Anyway, it's a smaller muscle group. Those won't be so bad. No. It's still really intense, but we're only doing it for 30 seconds on each side. So Not a big deal. Whew, okay, let's go ahead and flip over into that calf stretch. I feel like I just moved my mat. It's gonna bother me in post when I'm off center anyway. So placing the foam roller right underneath that calf, other foot to the side and rolling. You can also, if you want a little added bonus, prop the leg on top. That's a lot of extra pressure. So you can control it a lot more when you're here and just really push that weight into the foam roller as much as you can. You can also twist the foot side to side, get the whole muscle group. I'm gonna go crossing over and get right there. On the inside tends to be where I'm a bit more tender. The more often you do this, the more you'll figure out like where your kind of sensitive spots are. Right there is where it's at for me. Yep. Okay, 10 more seconds and we'll switch sides. A little bit of a shoulder workout this one is, and triceps a little bit. All right, switching sides. I'll start with the foot in, give her a good roll, kind of like warming her up a little bit. If you just ran, I know that your calves are already warm, but honestly, with a massage, you got to start a little light and then go heavier if you want to add to it. Woo! Kind of like eyeshadow. Start with a little bit and you build on top of it. So if you go straight in, you're just going to have a black eye. Sorry, this is my fifth workout of the day, so my brain is going. Okay, good. All right, let's go into our hamstring stretch. I'm going to throw this to my camera guy. Good catch. All right, so taking our hip band, if you want it, you don't have to. We're gonna go hamstring stretch, extend that leg up and pull it in. Yep, right there. Just breathe, 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 breathe. Doing this for a full minute on each side. Good. Hold it, really push. You should be shaking a little bit. Keep that leg straight. I tend to like to prop my hand against my knee to keep it straight. Breathe. Good. Just relax. You can also just grab onto your ankle if you can reach it. If you can't, you can come up here. It's a little bit of an ab workout, but you still get the stretch in. You can use a towel. You can use a rolled up t-shirt. You can use anything instead of the hip band. I just have these on hand, so that's what I use. Let's release for a second. And one last 10 seconds. Push, push, push. 5, 3, 2, 1. Good. We're gonna go straight into a spinal twist. So we're gonna remove that band. Bring the knee over the body. Oh, I'm rolling right onto my mic pack. So this is gonna be a little awkward. I'm trying to avoid the mic pack. Oh, hold right there. Good, trying to keep that shoulder blade on the mat and trying to bring that knee over to the other side. Okay, this next stretch is gonna be a little intense. We're gonna bring, if you want to bring that band back in, we're gonna do an IT band stretch at the same time. So we're gonna fully try to extend that leg out, flex the foot, and then pull it in. Yep. And you know what? You can bend your leg as much as you need until you can fully straighten. Just make sure that you're pushing yourself. Keep that shoulder blade down. Keep twisting that spine. We're only doing it for 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, release. We're going straight onto the other side for that hamstring stretch. So wrapping around the back of that foot. I also just like using the band because I'm a little lazy when it comes to stretching and I don't want to have to reach. It's also just easier to grip onto as compared to my ankle. Keep that leg straight. Even if you are here, do the best that you can. And also create, just had a mini stroke, it's fine. You can also create a bit more space by flexing this other foot, straightening the leg, just making sure that it's not lifting off of the ground. Breathe. You can also release for a second, bring it back in. You can make it a bit more dynamic if you want. I tend to do this just because it helps me get a little bit deeper. Like every single release that I do, I can get a little bit deeper into the movement. Let's release for a second fully. And then last 10 seconds, pull, pull, pull. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. Good. Drop that band off for a second. Let's do that spinal twist. Oh, back crack. It's nice that I'm not on my mic pack this time. That was so awkward. Just digging into my rib cage. It's fine. Good. Breathe. We're just cruising right through this whole thing. Just cruising through. Okay, that IT band stretch is coming next. It's your favorite. I know it is. Let's go ahead and hook that foot with the band if you want. And flex the foot. Extend. Whoo, pull it in. Just relax. I know it's intense. You're feeling it right through here a lot, and the calves a little bit. And it is so intense. Just let it burn. Your body will thank you later. 5 seconds. 2, 1, good. Back to center. Going into a lying quad stretch. So flipping over. We're gonna get rid of the band. Flipping over onto our stomach. We're gonna go into a quad stretch. This is a classic runner stretch. It's usually standing for runners. We're gonna pull that foot into the booty, but what I want you to do is press your hip into the mat. A lot of people do like this, or their hip is lifting. This includes when they're standing. Press that hip into the mat, and you're gonna feel it a lot deeper into that quad. Whew. Yep, let's go ahead and switch sides. Moving nice and quickly. Ooh, yeah. Press that hip down. Really dig it into the mat as much as you can. You can also rest your head. I'm just like up talking to you and trying to also talk into my mic without it being muffled. So please rest your head. We're gonna go into a pigeon stretch next. We're almost done with this. Good. All right, coming up, I'm actually gonna flip around just so I can talk to you in the mic, which is on this side. So we're gonna bring one knee in front for our pigeon. Like so, we're gonna hold here. Good, nice and proud. Onto the fingertips, lift. Oh yes. You can really play around. There's a lot of variations of pigeon. You can also bring your shin parallel to the front of the mat and sit down. You can also come all the way down here. I really love this version. This is my favorite. But for now, we're going to bend that leg back, reach for that foot, and quad stretch. Bring it in as far as you can. Hold right there. This is a very, very intense quad stretch. Do not feel bad if you can't do it. You can also loop the hip band around your foot if that helps you a little bit. It's a little bit of an awkward setup, but it's worth it. Just to get deeper into that muscle. Okay, let's switch sides, coming up into a plank. Other knee in front, fingertips, and push back. Feeling that hip flexor. The higher up you are, the more you'll feel your hip flexor. And if you come down even without moving your leg to parallel, this is more booty. So if you're more sore in certain areas, it helps a lot. Whoo, I love this stretch. This is one of my very favorite stretches to do. Let's roll those shoulders back, nice flat back, chest lifted. Let's bend that leg in, reaching back, and quad stretch. And you might have one side that's more flexible than the other. Completely normal. It's usually your less dominant side that's more flexible. Whoo. Hold. Pull it in. Good. Almost there. 10 seconds. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And done. Guys, thank you so much for joining in on this stretch. I hope that if you had a run, I pray for your hips, your joints, all of that. More power to you. I don't run, but I encourage other people to, because they don't have janky hips like I do. Thank you guys so much for joining in on this workout. Please make sure that you subscribe to my channel to see more videos just like this one. Comment down below and tell me which stretch was your favorite. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.